still not subscribed to the Partition, you know, it's a lot of ways that you can do this besides watching all the content. But before we start, always remember, go to the channels link. Every show that we have, you can always see every show before everybody else see the show. But besides that, always remember, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, put it on all. Until then, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you for choosing the Partition. Now let's get into the show. Anything is possible. Peace.
Billboard music producer.
Billboard. There ain't no PPP money. Yeah. Hold on, wait. I want to laugh. Welcome back to Choppin It Up with Lil Ron. Today we have a very special guest that's in the building. This lady does real estate, investments, acting, coaching, man, the list go on and on. I want you guys to welcome the one and only Miss DeAnna. Did I say it right this time?
You said it right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am. How you doing?
Yep. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
I'm glad to have you on my show because I heard so much about you. But what I do when people come on the show, I always tell them to kind of introduce themselves to my fans because obviously your fans, they already know who you are.
Right.
And my fans are going to learn who you are. Can you kind of give us like a little brief little summary of who you are and we can go from there?
I'll try to make it brief.
Okay.
I have a lot of hats that I wear, but hello, everyone. I am DeAnna Green, the boss chick of real estate. Under that umbrella, I am a full brokerage house. So I am a licensed Texas realtor, actually getting ready to take my broker's exam this month. So I will be converting over to being a broker in charge. Knight and Real Estate Group, which is under the Knight and Group. We actually have 3 other realtors. We are growing that team. We have Knight and Investment Properties, which is where we do all of our investing, our buying and holding, fix and flips, multifamily, commercial deals, and development. And then we have Knight and Lending Group, which now brings it all home because now we have access to over 60 different banks that can assist all of our clients, whether they're looking to buy a house, whether they're looking for capital to grow their business, or even if they just need a consumer loan to kind of help them pay off some debt. I am a coach and mentor, as you mentioned. I coach entrepreneurs from the birth to the 5-year mark, and I also coach women in the real estate and investing field. And I am a budding actress. I am actually going to start shooting my 2nd film called Intentions.
Wow. Man, you said something that caught my attention.
Okay.
The acting is cool.
Okay.
You said investment, and then when you said flipping, and a lot of people actually talk about flipping houses. Everybody want to try to get a house.
Everybody
wants to actually flip a house. I hear so many stories. I even heard stories about, hey, man, you can get this house. All you got to do is go out to the courthouse, get this listing, and if somebody don't pay their taxes, you can take the person's house. Is that true or is that false?
So in certain states,
Okay.
In certain states that the actual county or the government has what's called first lien position or first rights on the deed in the event that a homeowner defaults on either the taxes or even down to if they default on their HOA, their homeowners associations,
you know
right?
Something? I don't want to cut you short. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I hate homeowners association, but
they're a necessary evil.
I hate them, but then I love them.
Right.
I'm going to tell you the reason why I dislike them and I do like them because, number one, when you go to some neighborhoods, like I'm from the north side of Houston, so some places like on Tidwell and Mesa and some places like in Fifth Ward, you got the carport, you got the broke down car sitting in the driveway. Right. They don't have homeowner association.
No.
Then you got the nice neighborhoods that has the homeowner association, and they kind of get on you because they're trying to keep the neighborhood up. Right. I just hate that you have to pay these extra fees when they just can just tell you, and some people, they actually hate that a person can tell you what you can and you cannot do, basically when you buy your house? Do you ever have people that actually tell you, I want to move somewhere, but I don't want no homeowners association?
Yeah, but most of the time it's not necessarily because of the restrictions. Like I said, it's a necessary evil, right? Especially considering the market that we're in right now in regards to how inflation is happening and how property values are skyrocketing. So if you did not have HOAs in place into certain communities, you wouldn't necessarily be able to possibly take advantage of the fact that with inflation and property value going up, because like you said, you might have one house, they care about their lawn, they ain't gonna have the cars broke down in the front, and then you go a house over, and because there's no restrictions in place, that's the person that has 10 cars parked out there. So that decreases the value of those properties in that area because everybody gets lumped together. You don't get to say, well, your house should be valued this because you keep your grass up, and your neighbor's house is valued this because they don't. So it's a necessary evil. The only thing that I have issues with is when they start trying to regulate things that cannot be seen.
Yes.
Okay. So like my backyard is my privacy. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do to my backyard because nobody sees that unless I invite them there.
Yes.
So that's the part of the HOAs that are starting to get out of hand. It was only really supposed to be for that curb appeal.
That's right.
Right.
I deal with that a lot.
Right, but I don't want you now taking the time to you want to look over my fence to see what type of pavers have I used for my pool or how many trees I have back there.
Yeah, and yes.
Right, like our HOA, they automatically gave us 2 trees in the backyard, and if we want to remove those trees, because I don't necessarily like where they position them, we still have to replace them with another tree.
Wow.
Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from.
You know, I had that problem. I wanted to actually build me a man cave at my house. I wanted to originally do it in the backyard, and I got ready to start construction, and all of a sudden, the lady told me that
you needed a
even
permit.
if you do it, you got to have a permit. Even if you do it and you build it to the T, we can make it where you have to tear it down.
Yep.
So she said something to me that was a loophole. She said, all I can tell you is this. Because I wanted to actually put it inside of, I wanted to take my garage door off and put a wall. She said, I can tell you this. As long as we drive by your street and that garage door is there,
closed.
Whatever is behind that garage door has nothing to do with us. If you go in and you do your construction, whatever you do, that's your business, as long as that garage door do not move.
Right.
So I was like, all right, man, cool. And I went from there and made the decision what I actually wanted to do. Now, a lot of people try to get into the real estate business for the good reasons and the bad reasons. Because some people real big on, I've seen in the past, that they will basically go in the real estate business and tell a person that they didn't get approved for the house and go back and take their stuff and then end up going to get a house in these people's name. I've seen that before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, and a lot of people, because I heard horror story, people tell me, look, man, I gave my information to these people and they told me that I didn't get approved for the house. And all of a sudden, I get a thing on my credit report to tell me that I got a $250,000 loan out there.
Okay. Well, who are these people? Like, because I haven't ran across those individuals, which is obviously, I think what you're leading to is people need to be educated on the home buying process, and they need to vet any of the vendors that they are using to assist them in getting the house.
Because everybody can't be a real estate person. Just because you got to say you got the license.
Right.
Don't make
it doesn't mean that you're educated and you really know how to take a client from the beginning and the end process, because there's a lot of moving pieces that go along with it. Most of the time for homeowners, if you're not a realtor that really knows how to educate your homeowner, most homeowners really only want the good side of buying a house, which is I get to go look at a bunch of houses and then I get to pick out what I like. But there's way more that goes on behind the scenes. Even when I onboard a client, we go through a sort of like a psychological questionnaire, because I really need to first understand what mindset are you in? Why are you even buying this house? What's your short-term and long-term goals as far as a house is concerned? Because as your realtor, I'm not looking for this just to be one transaction.
That's right.
I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I have clients that we're now moving them into their third house. That's the relationship I want with my clients. So if I also know what your long-term goals are, I can make sure, do we get you in this particular house now if it's just your starter home?
That's right.
And I help them to make sure we don't overvalue the starter home, okay? Don't
Some
go
people do that.
Right, don't do that, because you just told me that your long-term goal is in the next 3 to 5 years. You might be adding kids to the family, right? Or kids might be leaving out the house, so maybe you need to be downsizing. So there's a lot of parts that a realtor should play in making sure that their client is truly educated before even taking them to look at houses.
Yes, because a lot of people just say, hey, I can go look at a house. They look at that commission. They look at that money.
Exactly.
They actually want to actually get.
And then you want a realtor, to go to your point, that also has resources and connections to make sure that they're actually pairing you. So when I say who are these people, it's because with our firm, we take our client every step of the way. So you come on as my client. Now I'm also introducing you to my lending side. And why is that important? It's not just about we keeping it in the household. It's mainly because it allows me to also have additional control over this transaction for you, which for most people will be the largest purchase that they ever make in their entire life. So you have to be smart about it, and having that person, now I'm working with the lender. So the lender's going to keep me abreast. I need X, Y, and Z, DeAnna. If my client's not doing it, now they got somebody that can be on top of the client. Hey, you told me you want this house. You want to close in 30 days. The lender asked you for X, Y, and Z. I need for you to get it. And I can explain to them why you need to give this information.
That's right. And you know, a lot of people, they don't. When they get in houses, they basically try to get in. They feel like because I got the money, I can get inside of the house. And it's more to just actually having the money. Number one, that credit.
Right.
That's one thing that people will not do. They do not understand that credit is important. You can't be in the process of actually getting a house, and when you're in the process of getting a house, you say, okay, I'm going to get this house. I'm ready to go. Then all of a sudden, you turn back around. You go out to the dealership, and you go buy a car.
Right.
That credit score finna drop. Then they get to the end, and they tell them that we can't get it. Your score didn't drop. Then they want to get mad and feel like they got ripped off. And a lot of people, they just don't understand that, man, at all, period.
Well, and the other thing about credit is most people aren't aware of is the number of credit scores you have. So there's 5 different. There's 5. So there's 5.
It's 3 major ones.
So the credit bureaus that report is 3. But there's 5 different types of credit scores you have. So your very first credit score is what most people go to, which is your Credit Karma. That's what's called your consumer score. Those are always going to be higher because it's weighted differently. Then the second credit score you have is called your bank credit score. So whenever you get those letters from your bank that says you've been pre-approved for a 0% interest rate,
I get them all the time.
Okay, that there's a scoring system that banks use that is completely different than your consumer scores. Then in the order that I'm telling you in, which is why it's important, is because it's also based on the risk. When you get to the bank credit card, if they give you a credit card that's valued or has a limit of $5,000, you run that card up, you don't pay it. It's very easy for the bank to shut that card off, stop the account, and really all they've lost at this point is $5,000. So there's a different risk to that. Your third credit score is now your auto credit score. So that's where you can walk in, you want to lease a car, and they say 0% interest. They've already sent you a pre-approval letter. It's because they pulled your auto score. Auto score now becomes a second type of risk because now you're moving up. You might be getting a $50,000 car, a $80,000 car, whatever that price is. It's a little harder for them now if you don't make that payment because now they got to find a repo man that can come and pick it up, right? So there's a little bit more work that goes along with it, which means that score is going to be lower than the bank score. Your fourth score, which from a mortgage standpoint is your mortgage score. It will always be the lowest out of all of them, because now the mortgage companies weight your debt and your credit differently, because now they're saying, if I loan you $350,000 to get into this house and you default, it could take them 6 to 12 months from a foreclosure standpoint to get you out.
That's right.
Of that
People get
house.
foreclosed all day long.
Right. And then your fifth one, just for people to know, that's your insurance score. So anytime you go and getting auto insurance, you're getting life insurance, there's a whole different type of score that they use when it comes to your credit. So those that's the difference that people don't even know. What score do you even need to be concerned about based on the purchase that you're trying to make?
Another thing I do want to know, what got you to want to be into acting?
Oh, so, well, I think I've always kind of had to act. And a big part of it is I'm biracial. So,
For real? No, I didn't know that.
No, seriously, you're not being funny.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I'm biracial. And so I feel like my acting started very early on because I had a hard time trying to figure out which race I fit in. I didn't always fit in with the white. I didn't always fit in with the black. And so that's where I feel like a big part of, I just started being able to, whatever environment I was in.
You just adapt.
I just adapt. adapt.
Oh, man, that's wonderful.
Right. So now getting into it, the first movie I just did is called Jacob, Broken by God. It's a faith-based. I'm actually an investor into that movie as well.
What I want to find out is, this one important thing is, how do you actually maintain and keep the drive and energy like you do every day and still keep the smile on your face?
Well, one of the things I always say is I tell God that as long as he keeps breathing life into me, I will run like the Energizer Bunny. My battery does not stop. I enjoy what I do. Every aspect of everything that I have going on in my life it fuels some type of passion in me. Whether it's my coaching, my teaching, whether it's the acting side of it, whether it's the business side of it. The other thing is I'm about my bag. So listen.
Hey, I tell you. People don't understand. I tell people all the time, like, man, I'm about that bag.
Yeah.
Man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense. No.
Now, we come to the segment which we call Leon's Top 5.
Okay.
And Leon was a cousin of mine. He was an 18-wheeler driver. He got killed last year.
Oh, goodness.
So I always dedicate this segment to him. Tell me what would be your Leon's top 5. The top 5 could be R&B, rap, gospel, reggae. It don't matter, whatever it is. Rock and roll, I don't care.
Oh, so top 5 as far as music, genres are concerned.
There you go.
Okay, so R&B.
Okay.
Rap.
No, tell me artists.
Oh, you want me to tell artists?
Yeah, top 5 artists.
Oh, my top 5 artists. Okay, I didn't understand the assignment. Okay,
Gotcha.
Top 5 artists. Let's see. First off, it would be Prince. I love Prince music.
I listened to Red Corvette this morning.
Oh, my God, I love Prince music. Second would be Jill Scott.
Oh, man, can't get in the way.
Erykah Badu.
Richard likes her.
Richard likes her. Okay. Let me see who my next. Oh, wait a minute. I cannot believe I did not say her first. Beyonce.
Everybody always go for her.
Beyonce. And then the fifth one would be. Let's see who would be my fifth one. Oh, my rapper DMX. Rest in peace.
Hey man, you know
I love DMX.
Hey, I like DMX. He was a real good rapper. I'm happy they got a chance to do a versus battle with him and Snoop Dogg before he actually passed.
Yeah.
I just really wish that they would have actually, if he would have actually got a chance to make music with Tupac, it would have been real.
Oh
good.
my God, that would have been off the chain, right?
Yeah, I'm a Tupac fan. Man.
Yeah, are you Tupac? Okay,
Man,
okay,
I tell people.
Yeah.
Now, how can the people find you? Tell me exactly how they can find you. On Instagram, Facebook, how can they find you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, 2 different pages to follow is the.DeAnna, DEANNA.Green, just like the color and money. And then my Boss Chicks of Houston is Boss Chicks, CHICS of Houston.
Okay.
And those are the same pages on Facebook as well.
Okay. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes. So we also have a Boss Chicks of Houston YouTube channel as well. And then, of course, we also have the Night and Real Estate group. So you can actually go there and see a lot of our videos from our fix and flips, the before and afters.
Man, I'm going to check that out. And I mean, y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to this lady's channel. Like, y'all support me and y'all love me. I want y'all to subscribe and support her too as well, because we don't discriminate. We don't care about no color. Over here, man, we look out for everybody. But you guys know, until next time, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you guys for choosing Chopping It Up with Lil Ron. Until next time, we out. Peace.